Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be reviewing the new Ram HD. This particular one is a 3500 limited mega cab. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Larry Miller Dodge Ram here in Provo for giving me some time with this truck. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get right into it. Powering this is a 6.7 liter inline 6 turbo diesel known as the Cummins, the high output Cummins to be more exact. Now it puts out a whopping 430 horsepower and then 1,075 pound-feet of torque, and it's now paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission with a 3.42 rear end. Now before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So I guess we'll start with the lights because they kind of don't really do anything fancy, but they look pretty interesting. We'll go back to them in just a moment. So we've got this cool hood scoop. This one's the night edition. You've got the 3500 heavy duty badge there on the venting. And then you've got this double stack for the lights. It's kind of spaceship-esque, very interesting looking. And then you've got the giant Ram logo with a giant grille. Fog lights are at the bottom with parking sensors, recovery points. And yeah, this truck's all blacked out. Definitely looks cool. Now our tire wheel setup is 285 by 60 by 20. You can see the wheels are completely blacked out with this package. And if you look at that, we still have a solid front axle, kind of hard to see from this angle. We've got these nice body painted fender flares, Cummins turbo diesel badge there, and then the Ram logo. I find it interesting they don't put a high output badge. This one's got power side steps, and then being a 3500, you can see we've got these beefy leaf springs in the rear. Go over the payload and towing capacity in a minute. But you can see the mega cab. It's a big beast. This leads us to the key fob where we have our lock and unlock function. We got the drop down for the tailgate, remote start, limited there on the back. And this one already has the fifth wheel prep from the factory. You got an outlet there. You got all the plugins for the fifth wheel setup too. LED lights as well. And this has bed liner from the factory on top of that. We've got the new style of taillights here in the rear. You can see everything's been blacked out with the badges. Got parking sensors at the bottom. Towing capacity is about 24,000 pounds with this package, so it is definitely up there. And it's the rest of the back. Now let's pop into the passenger cabin. So you can see we've got really nice materials all throughout. Love the speaker for the Harman Kardon sound system. It looks very stylized. And then here are the seats. Again, really nice trim with the limited. You got some cloth trim built into it as well. You can still fold the seat all the way down, normal mega cab stuff. Still no ice buckets in the mega cab, but you've got nice floor mats here. Stepping up, it's easy enough. Got good leg room here in the back. Got a little storage pocket. Nice wood trim across. Heated seats, got some USB ports and an outlet as well. And then good headroom here in the back. This leads us up front where again, really nice trim all over. All of our window controls, and those front two are automatic. You've got your mirror adjustments, so the mirrors power fold in. You can also extend the mirrors out if you want. You can also adjust the top mirror and the lower mirror, so like everything's built into this little cluster right there. Got your memory seat function. Payload on this is 3,738 pounds. Gross vehicle weight rating, it should be somewhere, oh, here's the sticker for that. 12,300 pounds on this truck. And then here are the front seats. Again, nice leather trim with the cloth mixed in, power adjustments on this side. You've got your light controls there, and then you can see with the steering wheel adjustment, pedal adjustment too. And we'll pop it on. Bada bing, bada boom. Takes a second to load up. There you go. Hello screen. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you got the Ram logo front and center. You've got some controls there for the center stack. We've got our cruise controls on the other side, adaptive cruise control, gear limiter function, and we still have a column shifter, but it's electronic now, so it can do auto park, for example, where if you open up the door while you're driving, it'll automatically throw it into park. You can disable it, for those of you wondering, but yeah, it's got some funky features like that. The center gauge cluster here, it is fully digital, so you can change what it displays information wise, which is really useful, and it's very customizable overall. But I mean, this you can see has how much diesel you have. You have your def gauge there on the other side, so everything you need. So backup camera in reverse. You've got 360 with this one, by the way, so a bunch of different views. Still not a massive screen view though because of the vertical tablet. But yeah, they still have this. So this is the newer version that was released for the 1500s. So you still have radio controls and climate controls on either side, but more stuff is digital. Down here at the bottom, you can see like the trailer steering, like part of it's analog, part of it's digital. Same thing with the trailer brake controls, which is very interesting. But I mean, overall, pretty quick response time with the screen. And does this have the, that's funny, this has off-road pages. That's cool though. Passenger screen, yeah, so with this, you do have a screen above there, so no glove box for the top section, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, all new unit there. Still have a traditional 2-wheel drive, 2-speed transfer case, no 4-wheel drive auto like the 1500s. All of your little USB ports there with phone charging pad section. Got a little outlet here. This is cool. This slides backwards and forwards and has nice wood trim there. Limited on the center console. Again, more nice trim with that. Still have the measuring charts there in the back. And then it says limited there at the edge. Camera rear view mirror. And then this one doesn't have a sunroof, but it does have a power sliding rear window. Now this one's obviously a fully loaded truck, so it's going to be a bit more expensive. $91,860 is the base MSRP. After all options on this particular one, $102,210 is the total MSRP. And let's see how this new Cummins does. Still sounds like a Cummins, so that's a big plus. This new shifters, it feels... I mean, it's still got like a kind of... I don't know, it feels weird, but it's still got a mechanical-ish feel-ish. So, yeah, I'm really excited about this. I am going to try to, so I'm going to be doing a video on that dually, and then I'm also going to do a 3-way comparison with all the trucks, and then I also want to compare this new high output to the previous. I don't think I'll be able to do that today, because I don't think there's another high output down here, but I'll figure something out for you guys another day. So, another reason to subscribe, as always. Film lots and lots of videos. Oh yeah, so they've got Ford HD, so we'll be able to do a 3-way comparison, no problem. No problem. That's cool, you've got a camera when you turn on your turn signal, which is nice because this is a huge truck. Be even nicer on that dually. Oh, this is good. I mean, I don't want to make judgment too quick, but this 8-speed seems to be a pretty big improvement in terms of on-road drivability. Now, again, we're just in the low end. I will say 3500 Ram is still as rough as ever. If you want comfortable suspension, you got to do the 2500. But again, this is a solid axle HD vehicle. It's not going to be smooth. It does smooth out though when you load it up. When you load up the bed, when you have a trailer, it smooths things out. Oh man, I love the Cummins so much. And that's, I think everyone's on the same boat. I think everyone likes the Cummins the most. It's just the transmission is, at first it was, you know, reliability issues. And then, you know, they finally have a reliable transmission with the Ison, but then it was so lackluster with the acceleration. It just felt like it really held back the truck unless you were towing with it. Yeah, the turn signal camera is interesting. Lots of tech. I mean, Ram's going like all out with the tech with these new trucks, that's for sure. I'm still not sold on the whole passenger screen idea. I think that it's kind of overkill big time. And by the way, if you guys want me to do a review, like a separate video on the screens in the new Ram, let me know in the comments below. I've been making some of those videos, but they don't get a lot of views, so like, unless there's enough demand for it, then I don't really see a point in spending time doing it when I could review another car or something like that. But yeah, I mean, this has the same interior as the new 1500s, which I mean, that's kind of what we expected. So it's a nice setup. They've changed some of the materials here. Like this isn't real leather anymore, I'm pretty sure. And my guess is folding up and crinkling over time that you get with real leather on a dash, which one of the easiest ways to fix that is just window tint. Oh man, the Cummins, it's just such a, it has so much character. It's such a beautiful engine. Okay. I mean, I need to get this side by side with the previous gen. It feels better. It still is not on the same level of like Ford and Chevy in terms of like the crazy shove, but I think it's improved. I'll get another acceleration here just to see. Having 8 gears is definitely going to help out though, regardless, versus 6. I mean, it feels like there's a difference. It definitely feels like there's more power on tap right out of the bat versus the Aisin that really limited things. But what this feels like to me, this feels more like an 8-speed Aisin than it feels like an 8-speed 68 RFE, if that makes sense to those of you watching. It doesn't, like when they went from the 68 RFE to the 8-speed in the gas HDs, it felt like, yeah, you're adding a couple extra gears to the RFE. This feels like you're adding a couple extra gears to the Aisin in terms of how it performs. Still has a great low end, but it still has that little bit of, like, you can tell they're pulling back on a bit. But also I can see the stability control light beeping. So this definitely puts out more power than the Aisin right off the bat. Like, the Aisin isn't gonna make the stability control button flash like this does on dry pavement. That's for sure. This thing's impressive. So let me know what you guys think about the new Cummins, but the 8-speed I think makes a substantial difference in the drivability. I want to, like I said, I want to do a side-by-side comparison, but initial impression, pretty darn solid. I think we might have like the holy grail of diesel trucks, because you've got a good good performing transmission with the best diesel engine.